NASCO is a loyal Wildcat activity supporter and Kellogg-based construction management company. Their primary focus is supporting our U.S. military's Department of Defense through the performance of multi-million-dollar federal construction contracts. NASCO has a long history in the Silver Valley where their home office has been based for more than 23 years. They have enjoyed continued growth and now have multiple satellite offices nationwide. To date, they've worked on over 50 military bases and performed more than 3,500 construction projects in 32 states across the U.S. NASCO is proud of their Silver Valley roots and is actively involved in local community events and activities. You can find them on the web at nascousa.com. Wildcats Live would like to thank NASCO for being the original gold level supporter and proud partner. Thank you, NASCO, and go Wildcats. Family owned and operated since 1948 and located in Smelterville, Idaho, Nickerson's Towing and Sales have been taking care of the Silver Valley and beyond for over 70 years. Chad and his crew provide 24/7 mobile services, towing and recovery, and also have a full shop facility available. Whether you need a tow, a jump start, a winch out, a tire change, or fuel delivery, Nickerson's can do it all. As Chad says, no matter how poorly you park it, we can help. Nickerson's also provides services such as secure storage, truck and trailer repair, brakes, transmissions, suspensions, and much more. Chad and family are devoted, longtime supporters of local youth athletics and activities, as well as all things Wildcat. Give them a call at 208-784-1238 or find them on Facebook at Nickerson Towing and Sales. Wildcats Live would like to thank Nickerson's Towing and Sales for all they have done and continue to do for the community, including their sponsorship of Wildcats Live. Go Cats! North America's premier silver mining and refining company and headquartered in Denver, Colorado, Sunshine Mining and Refining is a precious metals production, development, and exploration company primarily focused on silver. Their namesake project, the Sunshine Complex, is 100% owned by SSMRC and is North America's only vertically integrated silver complex. Located in the mining-friendly Coeur d'Alene Mining District in Idaho, the Sunshine Complex is composed of Sunshine Mine and Sunshine Refinery, located in the heart of the Silver Valley, Kellogg, Idaho. Sunshine Silver Mining and Refining support many local endeavors and are 2021-2022 Wildcats Live Gold level sponsors. Check out their website at sunshinesilvermining.com to learn more. Go Wildcats! From plywood to paint, tools to trim, they have it all, or they can order it in just a few days' time. Kellogg Lumber Company is a veteran-owned business that has been supplying the Silver Valley with quality building materials to contractors, builders, and homeowners for 4 generations. Personal service and knowledgeable staff make Kellogg Lumber the right choice for your next project. With 50 years buying experience, let Steve and the knowledgeable crew at Kellogg Lumber use their many well-established vendors to source the materials you need for the right price and delivered on time. Kellogg Lumber, more than just lumber for 4 generations. Hometown proud sponsors of Kellogg Wildcat Athletics and Wildcats Live. Purple and gold through and through. Shoshone Glass has been serving the home and auto glass and glazing needs of the Silver Valley and North Idaho for more than 50 years. With 3 generations of family expertise and community loyalty, they have a well-earned reputation for hard work and excellence. No matter what your needs, you can rest easy knowing that your project will be handled quickly and professionally. From energy-efficient windows and sliding glass doors to bath enclosures and mirrors and a comprehensive auto glass service as well. Let the experts at Shoshone Glass take care of your home, auto, and business needs by calling 208-783-1159 or going to shoshoneglass.com. Go Wildcats!
Paul Wingfield, John Richter, Jimmy Lewis, Kevin Day, Ron Jacobs, Bud Alex, Walter Power. Thank you for your service. Good evening and welcome to Andrews Gymnasium in Kellogg High School for tonight's game between the Badgers of Ferry High School and the Kellogg Wildcats. As members of the Idaho High School Activities Association, the Student Advisory Council, and the Statewide Sportsmanship Committee remind you that sportsmanship and the objectives of educational institutions are a top priority. Your cooperation and support of the values and respect and good citizenship are appreciated. Please be an example to those around you. And now, the starters for the Badgers. Number 10, a 5'10" junior, Marvin Wood. Number 12, a 5'7" sophomore, Sydney Hinthorpe. Number 13, a 5'6" senior, Maya Blackmore. Number 14, a 5'9" junior, Asha Abukari. Number 25, a 5'3" junior, Avery Bear. Head coach tonight is Travis Hinthorpe, assisted by Kelly Hinthorpe. And now to the Wildcats. Number 5, a 5'9" junior, Lacey Carroll. Number 11, a 5'10" junior, Danny Shora. Number 12, a 5'9" junior, Emily Rowe. Number 21, a 5'9" freshman, Katie Henderson. Number 45, a 5'10" senior, Haley.
Hey, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Simon Miller here. Wildcats Live. Coming to you from, guess where? Andrews Gymnasium. It's the Wildcats and the Badgers. Non-Intermountain League. This would have been an Intermountain League matchup a year ago. It's not this year. Wildcats Central Idaho League. Badgers Intermountain League with the Timberlake Tigers. Simon Miller joined by Buck Coe and Ty Cheney in the, we'll call it the George White K-Wall booth. Wildcats winning the tip. A late arriving crowd here tonight. This game was bumped up to 6:30 instead of 7. Not enough girls at the moment for the Wildcat basketball program to field two teams, or I guess court two teams, and not violate the quarters per night. And right there, the Badgers go to work off of a Wildcat turnover. They'll retain possession. Thanks for joining us. We have been entertained by the high-octane Wildcat pep band. And Gia Miller, my daughter's representing the clarinet section down there. You know, she's bringing it. And that trumpet section up there at the top row is grown. So here we go. I got a Macy Jerome with a carry early on. I mean, that was a pretty bold statement by the refs there early on, sending a message. There's a deep three attempted by number 12 for the Badgers, Sydney Hinthorne. Welcome also Boundary County Live viewers. Welcome. We're glad to have you. We're also grateful to be able to watch when our teams are up in your neck of the woods. So thank you to the Boundary County Live crew, and thank you to all their viewers as well for joining us. We're looking at about 35 viewers right now. We'd like to get viral and go over 50, so send the links out, ladies and gentlemen. Wildcats and Badgers kind of feeling each other out offensively at the moment. No blood so far. Wildcats still without Madison Cheney. They are 40% Danny right now. They've got Danny Schillerith and Danny Henriksen. Haley Potts with a little mid-range jumper. They're no good. Abubakari, who seems to have 3 clones on the court. She's so quick with the rebound. She is an active post player for the Badgers. Starters for the game were introduced by Mr. Chris Johnson, number 10, Markin Pluid, number 12, Sydney Hinthorn, 13, Maya Blackmore, 14, Asha Abubakari, and 25, Avery Bear. Still, both teams struggling to break that lid on the basket. These teams didn't get a chance to face one another in the Silver Valley tournament as the Badgers won their game against the Wallace Miners. The Wildcats lost their game against the Sandpoint Bulldogs. Sandpoint would eventually go on to win the Silver Valley Tournament Championship over the Badgers. There's another turnover, so 0-0, 2 minutes, just about 2 minutes into this game, and we got no points yet. So it's not just a late arriving crowd, it's a late arriving offense. Wildcats look to break that token pressure by the Badgers. Macy Jerome, you like to have the ball in her hands. She can get hot in a hurry. That looks like it's going to be a block. She did not she did not have her feet planted, or she did not get out of the way of the offensive player's path. So that's going to go against number 13, Maya Blackmore. Pressure defense here by the Badgers. Expect nothing less. Coach Henthorn's probably wanting to dial this up a little bit, and we have another turnover. So 0-0, and we are just at 2 minutes now. Late arriving Kellogg High School student body. They must have missed the memo. The game was at 6:30, not 7. They're still here. Danny Hendrickson back from her vacation in warmer climates, getting after it here on defense. Nice backdoor cut there by number 12, Hinthorn. Couldn't get a clean look at it. Nice little follow-up there by Blackmore. So that was a pretty good series there by the Badgers. Wildcats try to break that press up the sideline. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. I'd rather see middle and then sideline, but Wildcats fare okay. Jerome back in control up top. Thanks for joining us, everybody. That's going to be a turnover there for the Wildcats. Andrews Gymnasium, a snow-flocked Jacobs Gulch. Just looks great tonight. We got about 6 inches of snow. Looks like we're going to maybe get a little more tomorrow. That's not unordinary, although it is just the end of November. Looking for Silver Mountain and Lookout to open up for some skiing. A little bit of a scrum down there. Danny Hendrickson in the middle of that scrum. Possession will go to the Wildcats. Into the game will be Alex Karst, the junior guard, who had some great minutes in the last couple of games. Wildcats going to try to. That's a man press. Just a little bit of heads up, eyes up and forward. Don't pick up your dribble unless you have to. Macy Jerome takes it down the paint. 4-2. Finally, the Wildcats on the board. Macy Jerome with a nice little drive down the middle. Try to get you a replay there. Buck is on production right now. Ty getting the eagle eye camera work from up above. We're going to get a foul. And you got another look at that Macy Jerome bucket. 2-2. Defensive slugfest so far. And this, I guess, we've had some comments from viewers from both fan bases. A little disappointed that this isn't a league game. Wildcats dropping down to 2A really is a tough kind of waters to navigate. Wildcats were at or under 300 for a couple of years. Finally opted to just go ahead and go down to 3A, which is got plenty of teams in Central Idaho, count Orfino and Grangeville. From what I know, that the student population has gone up a little bit for Kellogg. Nothing explosion, nothing expansive, but I think they're well over 300 right now. And it's that gray area. There are teams that are all pretty close. However, I would say that Bonners Ferry and Timberlake, at least 100 students above that 300 mark. Yeah, Wildcats perennially have been at least in the top three of, I should say, bottom three of size in the 3A. So it's always a tough navigation as far as, Idaho is so geographically and demographically diverse as far as population that that's just what's going to happen. So 3-3 now, still tied up. That's a nice dribble drive there by Henthorn. Comes up empty. Good defense by the Wildcats. Jerome's going to push. He's going to go to Hendrickson. Hendrickson dumps to Coe. There's a nice little sequence of ball movement. We're going to get that hopefully on replay for you. That's the best break the Wildcats have had off of rebound all season. I'm going to say it right there. That's their fast break of the year so far. Giving up a bucket, unfortunately, to number 24 who's entered the game, Sumter. Nonetheless, 5-5, Wildcats, Badgers. Locked again. Looks like a man-to-man defense for the Badgers. Pick and roll. Bubakari, that's probably where her quickness could possibly work against her. Not that that's a negative, but if you're going to jump that pick and roll and provide help there, you better be there and set, or you're going to get called for that block almost every single time. You're almost better to just either show and recover or not try to take that charge. It's just a really tough call to get, but she was as close as I've seen anybody get that. She is a hustler for sure. She really plays hard. Hendrickson with the dump. I hate that angle. I really do. If you watch our broadcast, I hate that post entry from the top of the key. You need to get to one of the sides, and that is number 4, Villaluz with the deep three. It's going to be 8-5, and just like that, the Wildcats will take a timeout. We will go ahead. We'll take a timeout too, but we're going to let you listen to the Kellogg Wildcat Band. We'll be right back. We are back. Andrews Gym. Love it. The iconic Andrews Gym, the brick and the big arches. You don't see many gyms like this anymore, especially if they're new. That's another poor angle. I just don't like that angle for the Wildcats on the entry. I like it to come to the wing, get a little switch action or get a little screen away or get a little repost, reverse the ball. They'll just go, there we go. There's a give and go. I like that. Jerome with a little bit of contact. Not to be. That still was pretty good ball movement by the Wildcats. Badgers quickly to the right side to Bear. Back to Bear. She puts up a three. It's no good. Wildcats with a kind of team-oriented rebound. I believe it was Groth just into the game. That's sophomore Michaela Groth getting some varsity action here. Lots of youth out here for the Wildcats. There's a post entry, high post, kick to three. That's Groth. Looked good, nothing there. Rebound. I like the look. That was good possession there and sequence for the Wildcats. Got to pick up Villaluz with the ball. She swings it. Bear looking for something. There's another. That's the same thing, guys. If you're a Badger fan, you're saying the same thing. You can't get that post entry. I mean, you can, but it's just the margin for error is just it's minuscule. You just don't have any room. You got to dribble to the side, do a ball fake, and then give it a bounce pass or let that post player get a little bit of position. There you see Abubakari. She's working hard in the block. Danny Schillerith giving her the business. There's a little dribble drive, dump, no good. That was number 10, Fluid. Both teams really going at it defensively. You wouldn't expect anything less than that from Wildcats and Badgers. Jerome gets it to the high post. It's Schillerith, and she draws the foul. That's a great offensive set right there. Get it to the high post. Now, we talk about angles for passing. If you have a high post, that's different. That angle and that pass distance is much shorter, and you can shoot that in there, and the post player is usually flashing and moving. So let's get a little replay on that. Let's look at that pass to the high post. If we can, why don't you cue that up. You cue that pass up to the high post, and we'll go back to that, Buck, when we get a chance here. We got one free throw made there. But, again, that angle is much more doable, that high post. But if you're going to try to get it to the block or the mid-block, you can't do it from the top of the key unless you have I guess if it's girls, I guess if it's a 6'2 player, 6'1", 6'2. You're not going to do it with a 5'11 player. There's the first free throw by Hinthorn. Foul will be the second on number 12, Emily Coe. She's going to take a break. You can't afford to really keep her in, especially it being I'd say she's probably taking a break until midway through the second. Although Coach Nearing's rotation is definitely not typical at this point with the low numbers. There's Wildcats having trouble breaking the press, and number 21, Bear, trying to make the Wildcats pay and unable, so the Wildcats get second chance here. A little mulligan on that early pressure. Hendrickson gets it, dishes inside to Schillerith. I like this little theme we have going here with Schillerith working the paint in a sort of a triangle. High post, right block, left block. Schillerith being very active. That's a good look for the Wildcats. Schillerith, not the tallest player, but good size and able to move. And that's really a key for the Wildcats. Like to see her take her time a little bit on the free throws here. Into the game for the Badgers, number 10, Fluid, and number 25, Avery Bear. Well, Danny Schillerith will hopefully take her time on this one. Take a deep breath and just put it right through. A little long on that one, but that looked better. But, yeah, I like Schillerith in the paint here moving. She's got the ability. She's athletic. She can move around and give people trouble. I definitely prefer that than just straight up trying to post up. Potts down there with some pretty good defense, straight up and down. And there's Danny Hendrickson just kind of got careless with the ball there. She needs to find Michaela Groth there and give it up. Swinging the ball here for the Badgers. 9-6. Got about 45 seconds left to go. Looked like she did step out of bounds. Wildcats get the ball anyway, so I guess that would be ball don't lie. Schillerith again, busy up at the top, kicks it back. I like this. This is good. This is giving the Wildcats some looks that they haven't normally gotten. And there is Schillerith. I tell you what, end of last 4 minutes of the first quarter belong to Danny Schillerith. She may not have, I don't know if she has any points, but she's been creating ball movement and offense for the Wildcats, and you just have to stick with it. And there's a free throw to go for her, so that did result in points. Danny Schillerith, keep yourself active and moving, and I'll tell you what, that's going to enable Macy Jerome to even get free and maybe score a couple buckets as well. Knocks them both down. That's a great job there by Danny. So we are at about 25 seconds, 1-point game. Pretty good battle here so far between the Badgers and the Wildcats. Villaluz will take a look. That's a nice little dump down to Bear. She's unable to get it to go. And that is Potts, unable to pull that down and secure it. Credit to the Badgers for just hustling for the ball there. They'll get an extra possession here with 11 seconds. 8-9. Badgers in the lead. Villaluz takes a look, gets the post pass in, kicked back out to Bear for 3. No good. That's guess who? guess who? Fitting to end the half with a gritty defensive rebound just to save the possession. Danny Schillereff. Nice job, Danny. MVP of the first quarter. Informally, we don't give that out, but you get it if we do. We're going to take a break. We're going to talk to one of our sponsors. We may come back and analyze a replay or two. Thanks for watching.
Purple and gold through and through. Shoshone Glass has been serving the home and auto glass and glazing needs of the Silver Valley and North Idaho for more than 50 years. With 3 generations of family expertise and community loyalty, they have a well-earned reputation for hard work and excellence. No matter what your needs, you can rest easy knowing that your project will be handled quickly and professionally. From energy-efficient windows and sliding glass doors to bath enclosures and mirrors and a comprehensive auto glass service as well. Let the experts at Shoshone Glass take care of your home, auto, and business needs by calling 208-783-1159 or going to shoshoneglass.com. Go Wildcats!
And we are back. We are going to go to replay here. We're going to look at that high post action for the Wildcats. We're going to take a look at the instant replay right there. And Buck is going to walk you through. Watch Danny Schillereff drift to the open spot in that high post and watch what that does to the defense. She gets the ball and turns and looks, and the defense will collapse on her. Go ahead and play it through, Buck. And that enables all kinds of things to happen for the Wildcats. Look at the open players on the wing, and if they were cutting, they would have an even better opportunity. So we'll go ahead and go back to live action, and we will continue to kind of try to bring you those replays where we can break some of that basketball 101 down for you right there. But it definitely was a spark for the Wildcats to have Schillereff active on the mid and low post. There is Potts right there. She seems to have that touch. And that little 8-footer, Wildcats, first blood here in the second quarter, 10-9. Nice little high post flash there by Pluid. So Badgers kind of taking a page out of the Wildcats playbook here, and they're going to attack that high post. They're going to look for maybe a little high-low. What I would like to see now out of the Wildcats, now that they've kind of established Danny Schillereff being comfortable in that position, if she turns and looks, the drive may be there down the paint, but what I would do is I would hold and shot fake and draw the defense up and get a cutter coming down either side for easy money. Looks like we're going to get a push here. Wildcats, successful defensive possession, and into the game for the Wildcats is number 20, another sophomore for the Wildcats, Aubrey Groff. Wildcats here looking to go. There's Schillereff on the high post. I love to see that. It's really stretching the defense. Maybe a little predictable on that one. You got to kind of mix it up. And that's going to be a turnover. So that would be maybe going to the well one too many times. You got to mix it up, and you got to keep them guessing. And I'm sure Coach Nearing is emphasizing that, like, hey, that's there, but don't be robots. So good job by the Wildcats. Last couple possessions. That one was a turnover. There's a little dribble drive with the backside seal there by Abubakari. She's just unable to get that to go down, but that was a great set. I really like that. Doing that dribble entry down the right side with Abubakari kind of sealing off that shifting defender. Some good basketball happening here. Both these teams pretty evenly matched. I would love to see Maddie Cheney in the game right now, just still unable with that injury to play at full speed. We're hoping she will be available sooner than later, but better to get her healthy. And there's Abubakari with the bucket and a quick steal there by number 12, Sydney Hinthorn, and then followed up by number 13, Maya Blackmore. Badgers definitely out hustling the Wildcats right now on that end, with a chance to retake the lead with about 6 minutes and 28 seconds left to go here. We got a little bit of, we love having some feedback in the chat. Sometimes it helps us fix things. Sometimes it just gives us another perspective. And we might have to create a Wildcats Live feature for Coach Ruth Ross, who was a coach here in Kellogg for a long time, now in Alaska. She said the inside-out game, that can really create some opportunities on the perimeter as well, because that will collapse the defense. She's absolutely correct. So right now, the Badgers have kind of adjusted. And that's going to be a jump ball. It could have been a foul, but I think that was just pretty good defense there by Henthorn. If I'm Aubrey Groth or if I'm Coach Nearing, I'm saying, Aubrey, you got to put that ball in triple threat. Macy Jerome with the dribble drive there. It looks like she's going to get a foul called. Both teams in the bonus. So as Macy Jerome gets ready to take her free throw, Buck's running some production right here, and Buck is here. Buck, what do you think so far?
I think this game is going quite well. I think the Wildcats are doing really well defensively.
Good energy tonight, huh?
Yeah.
I think maybe that's because they're rested up a little bit and
got
feeling a little bit better.
Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, Thanksgiving dinner. There you go. Buck says it right there. Did they get any turducken or just turkey? What's your choice, Buck? What'd you have for Thanksgiving dinner?
We had we went out to dinner for Thanksgiving.
What'd you have?
Steak. Well, we're gonna head out to like Chinese or something and get something, but they were closed. Of course they were. So we ended up having burritos at the Mexican place, and then we had some. Then we had Thanksgiving because.
That sounds awesome. Yeah,
I spent the weekend before hunting a lot, so we didn't really have time to cook it on Thanksgiving Day.
So you almost could have caught your Thanksgiving dinner. You could have hunted it.
Yeah, I had the chance to. We saw a few turkeys, but.
Awesome. Oh, turkeys.
My stepmom already had a turkey planned out for us.
Well, there you have it right there, guys. The game analysis and Thanksgiving review from the one and only Buck Co. Thanks, Buck. Wildcats unable to convert those free throws. 10-12 now. That's Avery Bear. That's no good from 3. Offensive rebounds. Always, as a coach, if you're playing defense, you always just hate to give them another chance, and they do get the 2. 14-10. Wildcats need to be careful here in this defensive struggle and take care of the basketball. That Badger defense, though, really giving the Wildcats fits here the last 2 or 3 times down the court. Wildcats really need a point guard to take over here. Abubakari, she's got that first quick move, and she makes the Wildcats pay with that little right-handed bank shot. 16-10, biggest lead of the night for the Badgers. And their defense definitely smells a little bit of panic in the Wildcats. Wildcats need to take care of it right here. Get it down into the paint. That's Schillerith. She does a little drop step. She's going to get the bucket and the foul. Danny Schillerith with the power drop step. Just like that, Wildcats punch back. Potts set to come in. I'm going to guess that's for Schillerith. Boy, Danny really is putting in some work tonight. She has played a heck of a ball game already. Little long on that one as well. She needs to tap into that memory from the 2 she made before that. 16-12 now. Abubakari, she's quick. Dishes for 3. No good, and that's Aubrey. That was Blackmore on the 3, and Aubrey Groth unable to corral that rebound. That's killing the Wildcats right now. Just so many chances for Bonners. Credit to the Bonners Ferry girls for just not giving up on the offensive possession, but Wildcats get a body on somebody. Sometimes in the heat of the game, you're a little tired. You're young. You haven't played a ton of varsity games. Just find somebody and block them out. That was at least 4 chances for the Badgers right there.
Schillerup getting a much-needed break. We have a substitution here. For Bear will be Sydney Hinthorn coming in. Sydney just a sophomore. A little bit of youth here on both sides, both teams. Michaela Groth struggling to get the ball in. Another turnover. Couple of quick points possible over there for the Badgers. Not to happen. Karst does well to not let that ball go out of bounds. She picks up her dribble. Gets it to Jerome, which is where you want it. Jerome really kind of been silent here offensively. Unfortunately, they're going to call that on the floor, but it still will be 2 shots as the Wildcats will be in the double bonus. Nice job there by Karst to get that ball gathered. Could have easily been a turnover. Yeah, that foul was pretty quick after the entry pass. Like to see these Wildcats be a little more deliberate with their free throws. Bear back in for Abubakari. So we are at 40% Bear on the floor. We are only at 20% Danny for the Wildcats, as Danny Schillerup on the bench right now getting a much-deserved breather. 12-18, 6-point game right into the paint there for the Badgers. That's the early game. Is if you're a coach, you like to draw that early up. And then there's a quick bucket right there. Wildcats going to have to take a timeout here. Wildcats just in disarray. All of a sudden, that 6-point lead has doubled to a 10-point lead for the Badgers. We're going to take a quick break, talk with one of our sponsors. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back.
NASCO is a loyal Wildcat activity supporter and Kellogg-based construction management company. Their primary focus is supporting our U.S. military's Department of Defense through the performance of multi-million-dollar federal construction contracts. NASCO has a long history in the Silver Valley where their home office has been based for more than 23 years. They have enjoyed continued growth and now have multiple satellite offices nationwide. To date, they've worked on over 50 military bases and performed more than 3,500 construction projects in 32 states across the U.S. NASCO is proud of their Silver Valley roots and is actively involved in local community events and activities. You can find them on the web at nascousa.com. Wildcats Live would like to thank NASCO for being the original gold level supporter and proud partner. Thank you, NASCO, and go Wildcats.
Well, guys, we're back, but we're not back. We took a break for a commercial, did a little picture-in-picture, and Wildcats turned it over. So all you missed was a turnover, and it's Badger ball again. Timeout by Coach Hinthorn. He wants to just talk it over. Maybe kind of work on putting the death blow here on the Wildcats. They are now down 10. That's a pretty big deficit with only 12 points in the half. So you got to believe Badgers just want to punch this one away, and that is Bear taking it to the rack, 24-12. Wildcats looking really fortunate to get a foul there on this press. Student body and the cheerleaders handing out some swag. That is number 12 on the foul. That's Sydney Hinthorn, and that will be Alex Karst to the line for the Wildcats. Still long. Wildcats all a little bit long on those free throws. Maybe, I'd say maybe step back about 2 or 3 inches, shoot the same shot. You probably got a little adrenaline going. You're not tired yet. Adjust that as the game goes. Wildcats, I think if they'd made a few more of their free throws, maybe only down 5 or 6 points. As it is, they're down 12. In danger of this one getting away quickly. And the Badgers really putting some pressure on the Wildcats. Wildcats get a defensive rebound. Carr's got to be careful there. She gets her pocket picked by Bear. You got to know there's players coming behind you there. Bear for 3. That is good. Just like that, the Badgers up by 15. This one's in danger of getting out of hand for the Wildcats. Actually, it is. They are struggling to break that press. There's another nice steal there by Sumter. She's going to go coast to coast and get the bucket and the foul. Boy, and just like that, this one is wide open. Wildcats unable to break the press, unable to get into an offensive set. Badgers just kind of hanging in there after that low-scoring first quarter and bringing that pressure defense. Got some subs coming in for the Badgers. Looks like Villaluz, just one sub. And you talk about JV and varsity. Tonight we did not have a JV game due to numbers, but Bonners Ferry Badgers only have 3 players on their bench. So that's 8 players, and so. But if you're varsity, really only if you need between 8 and 10, that means you really only need 8 or so JV. It's still baffling to me that we can't field a JV team. Got some injuries. Definitely some down numbers here. It's going to be a travel. Wildcats pretty much just clinging to any form of life here with 2:53 to go. We'll see if they can generate some offense. They need a couple of successful possessions just to get back into striking distance here. I haven't seen them, other than a couple of free throws, I really haven't seen them get a good look at the bucket. So if I'm a coach, I'm like, let's get a good look here. Let's break this press. Let's take care of the ball, and let's at least get a good look. Little push there. That was Avery Bear got away with a little push there on Groth. Danny takes it. That's just good athleticism right there by Hendrickson. So that's about the best look we've had for the Wildcats. First of all, they got it across the timeline. And second of all, they got a good look at the bucket and got a foul. So let's see if they can capitalize on a couple of these free throws. First one, no good. I would say, man, I could probably guess. I'm going to say the Wildcats are maybe 15, 20% from the free throw line. They've maybe only made 2 or 3, and they've shot at least 10. Aubrey Groth with the board there, and you got to chin it. You got to chin it and triple thread it. You can't hold it out in front of you like that. A little bit of the youth starting to show here for the Wildcats. Villaluz going to take a deep 3. No good. No rebound for the Wildcats. Fortunate that went off a Badger. So the Wildcats just kind of just a little bit of inexperience here. You don't have your primary post player in Maddie Cheney. So just kind of throws everything else out of whack a little bit. Badgers definitely bringing it though. There's a nice little go up the sideline there to Schillerer. She maybe could have dumped that over to Groth, who was on the opposite side. Still, I'm going to say that's 2 good looks for the Wildcats in back-to-back possessions. So we'll take that. Take that as a positive. Yeah, if you're the Badgers, I mean, you're getting your money's worth on the fouls right now. And if your bench is only 3, maybe the Wildcats, if they play the long game here, you get a couple buckets and get this down around 10 points, you could claw your way back, really. You've got to show a little bit of sign. You got to make some buckets, though. You definitely need a Macy Jerome, 6 or 7 point run here. She has been pretty silent the whole game. Karst is going to go ahead and take a 3. It's no good. Jerome with the board. Karst back with it. Swings it. Groth back to Karst. So this is probably the best ball movement the Wildcats have had in this half-court set. Little flash here by Jerome. There you go. So just like that, Jerome heard my call and said, okay, I'm going to get you some points here, Wildcats Live. Badger's going to swing it. Bear for 3. In and out. That was everything but a 3-pointer. Went all the way down, almost touched the net. And again, there is a 4-possession. This is a 4-possession That's the 4th look for the Badgers right there. If you give a team 4 looks, they're going to make one of them. And Bear knocks down the 3. So just like that, you're down 19. Good look there into Schillerith, not quite ready. A little too hot on the pass. Got to put a little air underneath that. Wildcats down 19. Yeah, just some fundamental things here. Wildcats got to block out, got to play good defense. You can give them maybe 1 extra shot, but you can't give them 4 or 3 extra shots. 4 looks at the bucket. Going into the post for the Badgers. That's a nice little up and under by Sumter, and she's going to get fouled. So she'll get 2. Both teams double bonus. We've had plenty of fouls. Good thing we started early tonight. Badgers making their free throws for the most part. We've had a little bit of snow. According to Buck, we got a winter storm warning coming in. Jerome there with another aggressive take. Not to be this time. 20-point game. If I'm the Badgers, I'm definitely content to just run this clock. I doubt they will, but they don't need points right now. They're up 20. They don't need any more fouls. Their bench is short. Nice little attempt at another up and under there by Kaylee Sumter. Just perhaps shuffle-stepped a little bit. Shuffle-stepped. So just like that, that'll be a turnover. So Wildcat, boy, Bonners has not relented in this press, and I can't blame them. Unless you can break that press consistently, I'd stay in that press all game long until the game was out of reach, and it's getting close to that right now if you're Bonners. They have the upper hand on the Wildcats on all ends of the court as Danny Hendrickson trying to get back on defense right there. Just can't get there. She's tired. She's going to dribble into Villaluz right there. They're going to get a block called, however. Fortunate for the Wildcats, that will be one way to break the press. Get a foul called, so it will be 36-14. Coach Henthorne and his Badgers coming in here to Andrews Gymnasium making a bit of a statement here. Definitely the aggressors, definitely the most energetic, despite only having 3 bench players. Boy, another miss there for the Wildcats from the free throw line. That's got it. Oh, that one does eventually drop. I thought that one might miss as well. 10 seconds. Villaluz going to take a look. Badger's going to set up something here. Playing for 1. Avery's going to drive. She's going to draw the foul. So Avery Bear is going to get a chance to take this to a 23-point lead. No. 25-point lead. Oh, 23. Oh, yes. It's 21 right now. So plus 2 free throws would be 23. Not the way you want to end the half if you're Kellogg. Oh. So really no need for anybody to be in the lane down there. Oh, they're going to say 2 seconds left. I see. Now they're going to say 0 seconds. I think there's going to be maybe less than a second. So while they sort this out, like I said, oh, there we go. Oh, man, great call right there. 0.3 seconds. We wouldn't want to go to halftime, just with the 23-point lead. We got to have that 0.3 seconds up there. Okay. Buck is in my ear, and he's saying, hey, that ref has it exactly right. He's got it on replay. He's going to bring it up for you. Okay, so Buck is on he's analyzing this right now, guys. This is what you get at This is the kind of content you get at Wildcats Live. Like, we get into the details. And just like that, it is halftime. 36-15, 21-point lead for the Badgers. Wildcats with an uphill climb ahead. Stick around, go get something to eat or drink. Join us back for the second half. Thanks for watching.
NASCO is a loyal Wildcat activity supporter and Kellogg-based construction management company. Their primary focus is supporting our U.S. military's Department of Defense through the performance of multi-million-dollar federal construction contracts. NASCO has a long history in the Silver Valley where their home office has been based for more than 23 years. They have enjoyed continued growth and now have multiple satellite offices nationwide. To date, they've worked on over 50 military bases and performed more than 3,500 construction projects in 32 states across the U.S. NASCO is proud of their Silver Valley roots and is actively involved in local community events and activities. You can find them on the web at nascousa.com. Wildcats Live would like to thank NASCO for being the original gold level supporter and proud partner. Thank you, NASCO, and go Wildcats. Family owned and operated since 1948 and located in Smelterville, Idaho, Nickerson's Towing and Sales have been taking care of the Silver Valley and beyond for over 70 years. Chad and his crew provide 24/7 mobile services, towing and recovery, and also have a full shop facility available. Whether you need a tow, a jump start, a winch out, a tire change, or fuel delivery, Nickerson's can do it all. As Chad says, no matter how poorly you park it, we can help. Nickerson's also provides services such as secure storage, truck and trailer repair, brakes, transmissions, suspensions, and much more. Chad and family are devoted, longtime supporters of local youth athletics and activities, as well as all things Wildcat. Give them a call at 208-784-1238 or find them on Facebook at Nickerson Towing and Sales. Wildcats Live would like to thank Nickerson's Towing and Sales for all they have done and continue to do for the community, including their sponsorship of Wildcats Live. Go Cats! North America's premier silver mining and refining company and headquartered in Denver, Colorado, Sunshine Mining and Refining is a precious metals production, development, and exploration company primarily focused on silver. Their namesake project, the Sunshine Complex, is 100% owned by SSMRC and is North America's only vertically integrated silver complex. Located in the mining-friendly Coeur d'Alene Mining District in Idaho, the Sunshine Complex is composed of the Sunshine Mine and Sunshine Refinery, located in the heart of the Silver Valley, Kellogg, Idaho. Sunshine Silver Mining and Refining support many local endeavors and are 2021-2022 Wildcats Live Gold level sponsors. Check out their website at sunshinesilvermining.com to learn more. Go Wildcats! From plywood to paint, tools to trim, they have it all, or they can order it in just a few days' time. Kellogg Lumber Company is a veteran-owned business that has been supplying the Silver Valley with quality building materials to contractors, builders, and homeowners for 4 generations. Personal service and knowledgeable staff make Kellogg Lumber the right choice for your next project. With 50 years buying experience, let Steve and the knowledgeable crew at Kellogg Lumber use their many well-established vendors to source the materials you need for the right price and delivered on time. Kellogg Lumber, more than just lumber for 4 generations. Hometown proud sponsors of Kellogg Wildcat Athletics and Wildcats Live. Purple and gold through and through. Shoshone Glass has been serving the home and auto glass and glazing needs of the Silver Valley and North Idaho for more than 50 years. With 3 generations of family expertise and community loyalty, they have a well-earned reputation for hard work and excellence. No matter what your needs, you can rest easy knowing that your project will be handled quickly and professionally. From energy-efficient windows and sliding glass doors to bath enclosures and mirrors and a comprehensive auto glass service as well. Let the experts at Shoshone Glass take care of your home, auto, and business needs by calling 208-783-1159 or going to shoshoneglass.com. Go Wildcats!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for hanging with us. Hopefully you enjoyed that last little bit there by the Wildcat Pep Band. Under the direction, that's not Izzy Desmarais. That is Kendra Korasic, future Kellogg Wildcat golfer, I might add, leading the Wildcat Band. I'm okay with that. I'll allow it. Wildcat Band with their traditional third quarter break. Wildcat Basketball, not fortunate enough to get a break here. The fact they have some work to do, and we are going to go to Coach Ross's key points to the second half. I'm going to let Buck give you guys Coach Ross's points for the second half. I think these are great. Go ahead, Buck.
Point number 1 is to perfect the pass break.
The press break. So we want to perfect the press break. We want to limit turnovers, which is part of the press break, perfecting it.
Yes.
As the Badgers go on the attack here. Just like that. Okay, there's probably, I think, one of the points. Defensive rebounding. Look for inside out. Continue to attack the basket. Get Bonners Ferry in foul trouble. Make your free throws. I'd say that sums it up, Coach.
Getting Bonners Ferry in foul trouble. We were talking about this earlier. Bonners Ferry has a small bench tonight. Bonners Ferry has a smaller bench tonight, so they're gonna have to be careful about the fouls. Last half,
17-36, Badgers scoring there. Buck, I'm not picking you up. I don't know. Are you using the same headset? No, you're using the red headset. So I was going to say, I don't hear you very well, Buck.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, we got Coach Ross's points there for the second half. We got Emily Coe. You know, we haven't really heard, but she had 2 fouls early. So that was maybe one of the reasons the Wildcats struggled so mightily there in the second quarter. Remember, Emily picked up her second foul in the early in the first quarter. So we do have Buck with us right here. He was going to read Coach Ross's points. He had the wrong headset. We got multiple headsets up here.
Yeah, I did not notice it because the audio sounded the exact same, your voice.
Yeah, I just couldn't hear you. I was like, something's going on up here.
I could hear myself.
So 1938, Wildcats have had their fair share of second half deficits in the double digits. So they're definitely going to need to take heed to Coach Ross's points, which I am going to promise you are very well aligned with Coach Jana Nearing's points as well. She's working with some inexperience here. She's working with a shortened
the Wildcats will get this
experience. So the Wildcats, they cut it to 19 here and get the ball so they can cut it to 17 here.
A little bit of life shown in the second half.
They've got
so
Emily
far.
back in the game. She's got to play smart. They can't get her on the bench early, so she's got to play smart defense, continue to move around on offense. There's Potts with the post exchange from Emily Coe, and instant payoff for the Wildcats, 21-38. So that was more offense than we saw basically the last 4 minutes of the first half for the Wildcats in one possession. Looks like the Wildcats shifting to a 2-3 zone, or are they still? They're still in a man. Avery Bear for 3, no good. Can they get a defensive rebound? They almost do. Instead, Abubakari says, nah, not so fast. And just like that, 40-21. So there's one of Coach Ruth Ross's points. Defensive rebounding, you got to be on those boards. Otherwise, that defense is for naught.
Another one of the points that Coach Ross
How about
talked
Schillereth
about
with the post there? She got bodied.
were
Emily Coe for 3. Bango, Wildcats, and then a inbound violation, and it's 24-40. So it's to 16, thanks to Coe's 3-ball. Emily Coe coming off the bench, making herself felt instantly. So it's Coe It is Schillerith. It is, we are at 40% Danny right now, and it is Potts and Jerome. Wildcats are going to, it's okay. You can pick that up. You don't have to save it. It's just some inexperience right there. That's an open ball right there. That's not a backcourt violation, girls, if it's on the inbound, unless you touch it in the front court. Shoot. So just like that, the Badgers get 2 back. Inexperience for the Wildcats. Rearing its head again.
So another one of Coach Ross's points was Bonner's Ferry foul trouble.
Oh, that's true, but
So
that's 3 on number 13, who is Maya Blackmore.
I was talking about this while my headset was.
Oh, you were
not
talking
working.
to yourself, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, Jerome from deep. That would have been
Bonner's Ferry's
amazing.
bench is smaller since they don't have their JV, and I'm assuming their floaters aren't coming down. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be. You know, they could have a couple players sick or hurt. So.
Or on vacation still, since we're only a few days out of break.
Yeah, that's true. Although they chose not to bring their JVs for 2 quarters because it was just too far to travel to just play 2 quarters. I can understand that. Emily Coe with her 5th consecutive point, and then just runs over Braylon Bear, or Avery Bear, just kind of an incidental contact right there. Just both players hustling, trying to get in position. There is number 13, Blackmore.
So, Simon, we were talking about it earlier today. Are they thinking about enforcing the JV 2-quarter rule to the game, or?
It's 5 quarters per night there as Blackmore breaks free again. Wildcats they get to 16 and just can't get underneath that pressure here by the Badgers. Again, I'd continue it. If the Wildcats can't perfect it, as Coach Ross said, I'd just keep bringing it. So Buck, there's another turnover for the Wildcats. If you're a JV player, you can play a JV game, or you can play a number of quarters in that game, but your quarters can't exceed 5 for the night.
I see.
So if we have some JVs that play in 2 quarters, then the most they can play in a varsity game is 2 or 3. So 5 quarters up max.
So it's kind of like energy saving, basically.
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be for the health of the player. Yep, it's supposed to be so you're not playing, more than you're physically capable of.
Prevent and that, injuries, straining.
Injuries, exactly. And that doesn't mean some girls aren't capable of doing it. There's some that are, but it's all those rules, and there's similar rules for football, and they are all geared towards safety for the players. Safety and academics, like in some cases, in golf, you have a maximum of 2 matches per week. In golf, you're not getting overly fatigued, but if you miss 3 days of school because you had 3 matches instead of 2, then it's kind of an academic thing. You need to be in school. That's the whole purpose of going to high school. Sports are great as well. But that isn't the priority.
You don't want to get more sports and then days and
learning. I'm sure some of the athletes would like that. I know a lot of my golfers, they'd play 5 days a week if they could. So, yeah, it's a mix of things, but it's mainly to promote balance and health and responsibility. And I'm sure there are some JVs there for the Wildcats that would like to play 3 quarters on JV and 3 quarters on varsity.
Right.
And they probably could do it, but not under the rules. So Wildcats looking to get some points here, get a few or a couple. Emily's going to work the block. Nice job by her. She's going to get another foul called on the Badgers. And that's really, if you're the Badgers and you're Coach Henthorne, I think if you're going into halftime, you're going to continue pressuring, but you're also going to try to limit your fouls because that allows Kellogg, if they are making their free throws, that is, to score with the clock staying still.
Will be on Henthorne, I believe.
Only her second.
That'll be 2 consecutive fouls for
her. And
her.
I don't know if the Wildcats realize she is down here at the end of the court. Fortunately for the Wildcats, that's going to go off. I think Villaloo's, that's going to be Wildcat basketball. And if it's not, Buck Co, I'm sure will have a replay to break down.
Let me see if I got it. I think I might have gotten the tail end of it.
Villaluz just got a little piece of it right after Emily touched it, I think. I thought it was Emily.
I need to open this up.
So Emily gets it on the inbound. Macy Jerome pretty quiet tonight on the offensive end. Really need her to be a scorer. And that's maybe credit to Coach Henthorne's defense. Probably knows that and just making it tough for Macy all night long. Emily just kind of throws one up there, and Macy just decides, I'll go get that. And just like that, an offensive rebound for the Wildcats and another foul. So chance to score some points with the clock.
So back to the previous play. Do you want me to bring
Yeah,
it up,
Buck,
or?
pull it up. Go ahead. While we're watching, I will call out Macy shooting her 2 free throws. She misses the first.
So right here.
Buck's going to give you the super slow-mo. He's going to see it. Just looks like it goes off Villaluz right there, perhaps, right?
And Emily swings at it.
Emily does. Emily tries to get it too, but right there. Good job,
like
Buck.
it's close.
That's a good capture right there. I think we got 1 of 2 free throws. 28-48, 20-point game. Badgers going to move that ball. Smart of them, probably coming out of half. Coach Henthorne saying he wants to see some things. And he's happy with that possession right there as they get it down to the block. Get the Wildcats with a foul. This game started out pretty close. And it has not been close since as Bray Lindbergh knocks in a little inbounder there from the paint. It's now 22-point game. Wildcats still struggling to break that press, although they are more successful that time by far. That's Karst with the take. Or no, that was Jerome.
That was Jerome.
A little too hard. Not able to get it
Fighting
to go
for the
down.
ball.
Badgers playing really aggressive and hustling. Able to cause the turnover there. Abubakari off the rebound there, and she's going to get fouled by Danny Schillereth. So here we go. That's going to be Abubakari at the line. One thing that I've noticed as well, and this happens when you do have a little bit of a short bench, as both teams do, even though the Wildcats are suiting, it looks like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're really only going about 7 or 8 deep into their lineup, seeing lots of hands on hips, and that's usually a sign of fatigue, being winded and tired. So
we've only seen a few other players come out.
High post flash
from
there, a
the
little bit of a
bench.
force. Yeah, we've only seen
Saw Michaela come out for a little bit.
Yeah. That's Braylon Bear for 3. No good. Defensive rebound by guess who? Emily Coe. Ever heard of her? She's going to get fouled there by Braylon Bear. Braylon doesn't like the call. Have to agree with it, however. You know, anytime you give somebody gets a rebound and you go for that kind of, I call it that cheap steal, it's almost always going to be a foul. But it's so tempting. Players get frustrated. Oh, that wasn't a foul because that went to Bonner's Ferry underneath. So I'm not sure what we had there.
I got a replay on it if you.
Yeah, give us a replay, Buck. We still got you hot on the mic too, so.
All right, let's look right here.
Coach Henthorne really not a huge fan of the last call there.
They called a travel on her.
Yeah, called a travel. Okay. Coach Henthorne isn't liking that. Maybe thought Kellogg got away with a little bit of a push there. I'm really having trouble drawing a tear for him there, though, as his team is up by 23 points. Nonetheless, got to coach and keep coaching. That's what you do.
As to the key.
Inbound pass there to number 10. That's Pluid. She's had a quiet, impactful game, though. She hasn't been the focal point of the offense or the defense, but she's been there, providing a solid presence for the Badgers with just 3 bench players.
And that will just skin the bottom of the net.
So Abubakari back into the game. Boy, Coach Henthorn really just shuffling his players right now, just trying to keep them fresh. Wildcats desperately need to get some points here on one of these possessions. There's another defensive rebound and put back there by Abubakari. So, and then a turnover by the Wildcats, almost. Wildcats, and a lot of these mistakes by the Wildcats, they're compounded by two things. Number one is youth and inexperience. And
They're trying to get your attention.
Number two is fatigue. And we're getting called out by the student body here at Andrews Gymnasium. It's always a fun time. They maybe slightly distracted and disinterested in the game. They're still here though. They're still bringing it. Easton Town, Kyle Van Vliet leading the charge. Wildcats trying to get a defensive stop here and a rebound, which has been their Achilles heel all night long, in addition to not breaking that press. Abubakari with a quick flash on the post. She's going to get to the free throw line, it looks like. Foul's going to go on Potts. Wildcat fans not excited about that at all.
Looked like she had her feet planted and her hands up.
Feet planted, hands straight up. That's the claim anyway. Abubakari good on the first.
Let's take one more look at that.
Yeah, let's take a look. You're in production right now, Buck. You're calling the shots. Abubakari, nothing but net on both of those. Wildcats still struggling to break that press. It's just basically a man press at this point. Take care of the ball and take it to the rack. That's what they do. They get a good shot. They get a foul. It's going to be on Bear. It's her second. So no danger, no foul trouble there for Bear. Emily Coe goes to the bank. I don't know if she called that or not. We're still going to allow it.
Hey, Simon, are you going to be doing gift cards again this year?
Maybe. We're going to have to, this crowd's going to have to bring it. They're going to have to bring it up another level for me to get out the Bean gift cards. Because right now, we need about 20 more kids down there.
Yeah.
Oh, Emily Coe, nice defense right there. And the gather. The block and the gather.
Body's watching. Come on down.
Yeah, come on, student body. Bean gift cards. We'll get those going again. There's Jerome for three. No good. Again, she's had a relatively quiet night on the offensive end after having a pretty good night. I think it was against Wallace. Good rebound. Now, there's a couple of positives right there. You know, when you're down double digits, there's a lot of negatives that happen, but the Wildcats have gotten a couple of defensive rebounds there on their last couple of possessions. Unfortunately, turn it back over there. Emily Coe is called for the travel. Coach Henthorn going to get some more subs in. Bearer's going to come in. Henthorn's going to come in. Badgers will play for last shot. They're going to get a look here. It's the Wildcats kind of playing off. That's going to be Avery Bear. She's going to throw over to Braylon. I guess they're not going to get a good look at that shot. No matter anyway, because it is a 26-point lead for the Badgers as we enter the break for the fourth quarter. We're going to let you listen to the savory, spirited sounds. There's an alliteration for you of the Wildcat Pep Band. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. One final quarter here. It's really a one-sided affair, but both teams still showing some good stuff here. Wildcats look to be back into some kind of zone, and that's going to be fruitful for them at the moment. Badgers call the press off, so Wildcats are going to get a look at a few offensive possessions here. Hendrickson working the post. That's Karst working the perimeter. Gets it over to Ko. She reverses. Screen and roll. Danny really kind of put the hammer down.
They might got that illegal screen.
On that screen. She probably, it was a really good and aggressive screen, but it probably was a little bit too. She probably leaned in that shoulder just a little bit, put a little bit of extra oomph on that, and referee's not having any of it. So Wildcats looks like a 2-3 zone, kind of extended. Karst working hard up top. Karst and Jerome. Potts working the middle. Backside is Hendrickson.
Zone works. Fluid, it looks like.
So the zone works for the Wildcats, and once again picked from behind. Really need Karst and Jerome. Anybody bringing that ball down, you got to have an awareness that there's going to be somebody coming up behind you. So once in a while you can get help from your teammates to let you know, but if they don't, you just have to sense that.
That pick-a-pocketing.
Especially off a steal. That
pickpocketing has worked well for the Badgers tonight. That has been a majority of the turnovers
they've
that
gotten
they've
a few of those. Yeah, when the Wildcats think they're in the clear, they got a steal, and that's four fouls on number 10 for the Badgers. Pluid. Multiple players in danger of fouling out here, but it doesn't matter. Coach Hinthorn has managed those well amongst those 8 players. Just enough to build that lead to 25 points, and I think if they played with 4 for the rest of the game here, the lead would not be in danger. Potts makes 1 of 2. Ko with an offensive rebound. Schillereff gets it from Ko, and she puts it up, so Wildcats will get another couple chances here for some free throws. It seems like an eternity has passed since we watched Schillereff down here on the post, very actively stretching that.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't
Badger
seen her
defense.
For a while.
Yeah, I think the pressure defense from coaches Hinthorn. I think a pressure defense can do a lot to neutralize an offensive attack of a team, and that's been the case tonight for the Wildcats. How about that? Schillereff knocks down 2. She's done that twice now. Hit both of her free throws. Wildcats with a little bit of energy here towards the end of the game. That's a nice dribble drive take there. It was number 24, Sumter, with the board gathered by Abubakari. Abubakari will get 2 free throws. Knocks the first one down. 32-56. It's been a double-digit or 20-point game for most of the second half, all of the second half. It kind of got away from the Wildcats towards the midpoint of the second quarter. There's a steal there by Blackmore. Gets it to Bear. Bear is able to finish it, and right now it's just the Wildcats still just cannot break that pressure.
Can't let the Badgers get on a rally right here, because when they're on a rally, they're aggressive.
Nice, kind of a little bit of a delayed fast break there for the Wildcats, finally breaking that pressure for the Badgers.
Something that has worked really well for the Badger defense tonight is bringing on that pressure right as soon as the Wildcats pass in the ball.
Oh, yeah. Badgers have done a good job. They've had a faceted attack on that press. They've done a little bit of zone press. They've done a man press. They've done a little kind of a 3/4 to half-court pressure situation where Wildcats just have not, all night long, have not settled into any type of rhythm at all.
And the Sandpoint Bulldogs did the same exact thing the last game. And
Jerome into Potts.
With that too.
Yeah, and I really like Potts' confidence down there on the post. You get her the ball. She really does have good touch down there. the issue is for the Wildcats is you've got to get it down to that point and not turn it over to be able to get those looks. So
that'll be foul on the bad.
Yeah, it's a Bonners Ferry foul. That's number 14, Abubakari. That's her fourth. So
that
Badgers got quite a few with 4, but again, like I said, I don't think it's academic at this point because I think they could play with 4 players for the rest of the game and be okay.
4 fouls isn't bad. There's only 6 minutes left to play of this game.
Yep.
I mean, if you do 1 foul per quarter, you have to worry about another foul if you have that 1-to-4 ratio.
We'll just kind of stick around here. We got the pep band right below us here, so you're probably getting your earful there. We'll talk about, instead of going to one of our sponsors, we'll talk about one of them because our little ad blurb isn't quite ready for them yet, but it's close. And that would be Watts Appliance. You know them on Division. They're in Pinehurst, 4 generations. And you know them from their great seasonal window displays. Every season they have a great display, but their Christmas displays are second to none. Everything from Christmas Vacation to A Christmas Story to Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph. It's just, they just have, in addition to amazing products and customer service, their store is one of the most iconic throughout the entire Silver Valley. Sherman, Lawana, and then Sherry and Jim and Brock and Tate and now the grandkids just do such a wonderful job. And I always remember, I remember dropping off my kids at school and also going to golf practice, but I remember the billboard on the side of the business, What's Happening. And I remember the What's Happening from the Silver Show News Press, Kellogg Evening News as well. So just some really rich history for the Silver Valley and the Kellogg Wildcat Nation. So thank you to Watts Appliance. We will get your ad polished up and ready to go. It's going to be a special one, though. So thank you for your Wildcats live support. And we appreciate it very much. And like we say, once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. Mm-hmm. And we're back here. Wildcats, I think, had a little bit of a defensive stop there.
Emily had a steal and managed to get it out.
And Wildcats looking Macy to get on the board here. Then she does, and she drives and takes it to the rack. Nice little offensive series there for the Cats. Sticking in that 2-3 defense. Badgers going with the 2-1-2 press or zone breaker. That's going to be Blackmore with the dribble drive there, and she's going to get fouled. I think that shot's going to count. So a little bit of everything here in the fourth quarter.
Both teams in bonus. The Wildcats are technically in double bonus because
Buck, I don't know how the Badgers have anybody left without 5 fouls. Coach Henthorne has had a budget of, what is 5 times 8? 40? He's got 40 fouls to give, and he's going to use just about every one of them.
Yeah.
So that's some good coaching right there with the short bench. Fouling hasn't been as much of an issue for the Wildcats as been turnovers. So 36-62. This is in danger of getting to that 30-point territory. That's going to be a travel. Good job by Danny Hendrickson keeping her feet on defense. Both Dannys. Gotta continue to call out those positives as they happen, which they don't happen as often when you're down by 20 plus, but they still do happen. Players are still playing hard.
2 Groth will not work.
Yeah, turnover, a little bit of a bad angle, and then there's another turnover right back at you, Bonners Ferry says. What do we got coming up here for the Wildcat boys? We'll be here again tomorrow night. If they they're playing Lakeland right now. 4A Lakeland. They'll play 4A Moscow here tomorrow. So a full week for the Wildcat boys as well, and then they'll head east to Wallace to Kirby Krulitz Court to play in the Silver Valley tournament. Brought to you, hopefully, we'll get some links from Jared and Channel 3 in Wallace. But do you know Jared Young is now the coach of the Wallace boys, so he is going to have his hands full, more full than typical, which is full. So we appreciate Channel 3 and Wallace for we know they'll be bringing us those games on Friday and Saturday. And where else are the girls? I don't have to look up the schedule for the girls for the rest of the week. I have, let's see here. Today is Tuesday. Wednesday, the boys are home. Thursday, we've got, it says wrestling canceled. And then we've got Friday, girls, varsity, and at Moscow. So
I am not sure if that was the game that got rescheduled from the beginning of the
one of
year.
them got canceled, didn't it?
Yeah, I thought it got rescheduled to the beginning of December. So I wonder if that was it.
And as we see, I don't know what the name of that award is, but Gabe Jenisic is putting on his golden fedora. That must be for the most spirited male Wildcat fan. And the drum major, Miss Korosik, has the tiara. So I'm not sure. I'll have to ask Mrs. Sawyer, what the names of those awards are for the spirited fans. And we might have to coordinate those with some Bean gift cards, might we?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we might have to enhance that a little bit. 38-64, that is Blackmore at the line. She has been all over the court tonight. There's a middle press breaker right there for the Wildcats. That's a nice different look. And Michaela almost got that shot to go down. Abubakari, she's not tired. She's going to keep bringing it. Dump it to Bear. No good. It's kind of a knuckleball there by Bear.
A try of a pickpocket, but...
Yeah. So Macy will bring it back down. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Thank goodness. So many fouls tonight. Thank goodness we started half hour early. And that's going to be
called a carry.
Yeah, it's another carry. I think that's the second carry on Macy tonight.
Yeah, she had one the very first pass of the game, and then that one right there.
So the girls will be at Moscow on Friday while the boys are in the Silver Valley tournament. And then it looks like another canceled wrestling. Bonners Ferry Blizzard. That's canceled. Potlatch tournament.
I hope that Bonners Ferry has a safe drive home tonight.
Yeah, good call, Buck. That's we hope the winter storm warning kind of pauses for a little bit. Get the Badgers home safely up in the north part of the Panhandle, right?
Yeah, I think they might get a little bit more snow than us.
Yeah, and thanks again for the Boundary County Live people joining us. Well, we did finally hit the half-century mark, so we're happy about that. We always enjoy being able to watch our Wildcats play up in Bonners Ferry. Emily goes to the bank and makes a withdrawal for 3. I guess that would be more like a deposit.
I'm not sure if we've read Coach Ross's.
Does Coach Ross have some more? I haven't been looking. I've been just kind of focused on the game, and that's Macy going coast to coast. Doesn't get that to drop. It's going to be another foul.
They said, I hope the girls aren't letting the game errors in what Bonners Ferry is doing just blow past them, but instead learn and grow. Everything is an opportunity to get better. Keep working hard.
Well, and I hope that in Coach Ross saying that if some of the girls watch this game and maybe look for ways to improve, they will probably say something like, "Hey, Coach Ross," and kind of said some of the same things that Coach Nearing said. You know, because sometimes when you have your coach telling you something over and over, it's kind of like when your parents tell you something and then you go somewhere else you visit another family and you're like, oh, I should do this. And the family says, wow, it sure is nice when Buck offers to help clear the table. And Buck's dad goes, what? He's never asked to clear the table at our house. And it's always like, it's nice to have a different perspective. So maybe they'll watch this game and this broadcast and they'll get some pointers to help them improve, as Coach Ross said. Nice bucket there by, I believe that was number 10, Pluid. Yes, it was. 70-43. This one not even in doubt for much past the first quarter. I think it was 8-7 or 9-8. It has not been such since.
That'll be a jump ball.
And we are finally in running clock. So the Wildcats need to hustle if they're going to get a possession here.
Not quite a 30-point lead, but
It must have got to 30 at one point. Or I'm not sure why the clock, because once it hits 30, no matter what happens after that, the clock runs.
It's currently 27.
7?
Yeah.
It must have been 30 at some point. Maybe not, though. Maybe we're just getting out of here early. Schillereth again. Schillereth has had a pretty good game tonight. It's tough to say when you're pressured that much, but she has definitely stepped up. That's going to be it. She's not even going to get to shoot her free throws. Game over. Great showing here by the Bonners Ferry Badgers. Coming to Andrews Gymnasium, taking it to the Wildcats, 70-43. And we will go to the alma mater, and we'll be right back. All right, plenty of spirit left to be had here for the Wildcats. Sing that alma mater whether you win or you lose. Sometimes it's not easy to do that tradition, but we're going to keep it going. We're now following it up with the good old Hail to the Wildcats. For those of you that have stuck around, nothing like that fight song for the Wildcats. Nothing like that Kellogg Wildcat spirit. Congratulations to the Badgers on a win. The Wildcats will be on the road to Moscow. Wildcat boys will be home tomorrow. We'll be here at 7 o'clock. We hope you'll join us. For Buck Coe and Ty Cheney, I'm Simon Miller. Thanks for watching Wildcats Live. See you next time.